Are you still here with me? Guess what we sold? I used to do it. It is so good to see sales on a Monday morning because, you know, it was so slow a week ago. Good morning. Are you still here with me this Monday morning? When I share with you my thoughts, they're my real thoughts. And I am not scripted. Absolutely not scripted. I am not reading off of notes. I don't have bullet points in front of me. When I open up to you and tell you what's going on, it's from the heart. It's real, not scripted. Just in case you thought it was. No. And the last thing I like to do is get emotional. In general, I don't like to get emotional. I typically keep things pretty close, but it is what it is. And if you're here with me this morning, thank you for that. Yes, thank you for that. But I know you're here this morning to see what's going on in our Monday morning sales. Actually had a few sales over the last few days. We're not a huge reseller. I think you figured that out by now. We're an average reseller, whatever average might mean, right? We're just a normal retired couple selling stuff on eBay. Although I have been doing it since 2004, but we're always trying to improve. All right, let me tell you what sold. I have things broken into 3 categories. Let's see what they are. First one is what sold on offer. 3 sales in order of lowest to highest. And if you're wondering what this is, because some people have asked, it's a packing slip that I print out from eBay. The purpose of it for us is number 1, to use it for the videos. But more importantly, we use this as our pool ticket. Mark takes it upstairs and he writes the box dimensions and the shipping weight on here, which on a rare occasion we have needed to use, especially if they try to say the package was priority mail when it was first class. It has come in handy. We save it until we're done with our taxes every year. And then we take the stack of these, which, you know, pretty fair stack, and we take them and recycle them at our credit union. So we don't consider it a waste of paper. We consider it a tool to use in our reselling. And luckily, our credit union gives us free recycling once a year. So that works out good. All right, back to the sale. We sold an apple, a green Murano style glass apple on offer for $15 plus ship. Sold a 6-count lot of drawer pulls that I picked up. Yes, I have sold drawer pulls several times now. I won't say that they're a fast seller, but they do sell, and I typically get them at garage sales really cheap because people think it's outdated hardware and they've replaced it and want it out the door. And I'm like, ooh, look at that. That's really cool. And I picked them up and I sold a 6-count lot. Mark just pulled the drawer pulls from the garage, and yes, I will change bags. I'm not going to show my buyer that I paid $2 for these at a garage sale. I don't know why I wrote down 3 other than I bought other styles too. Maybe that's why. But these are small brass drawer pulls with a Regency fan pattern. I'll have to insert a photo. And they sold on offer for $24 plus shipping. And you need to know the center of the drawer pull, which was 1.5 CTC, center to center. So you'll need to know that number. And Google Images is very helpful for identifying your drawer pulls, as well as Google Lens on your phone. Sold on offer for $24 plus ship. And then we sold something we've had for quite a while. It's an 8-count lot of little golden books, and there's a theme to them. It's for Christianity. I don't know what we paid. Probably not much, probably 25 cents a book. There's 8 of them. Looking for some children's books. I think it's these. 8-count. 8-count lot of little golden books. And they sold on offer for $25 plus ship, so not too bad. I actually ran sales this weekend. Yes, I am trying out sales because I am desperate to try anything right now just to get sales up. And so I'm going to share throughout this week some of the things that I'm experimenting with. At least I hope to share it if I have some more examples of it besides these two. It might take a little more research to know if this is going to work or not. But do you remember the brass lipstick holder that was in our misfit pile that Mark glued together, glued the mirror back in? Well, it sold. I don't know if it went to one of you or to just a regular buyer. Mark, we sold an item that was in our misfit pile.
You sold me?
No, I didn't sell you. Here we go already. Oh my gosh.
Good morning, everybody. We went through the misfit pile a couple weeks ago and found some things to do some repairs. And this was one of them. The mirror was unglued out of the back, and I put it back in place, cleaned it up, and it sold.
For $14.95.
$14.95.
It wasn't making any money just sitting in the misfit pile.
Can you see you in it?
I don't want to see me in it. I've been on camera enough this morning. But let's get it packed. I think we paid $1 for it. Another item on sale, a Revere ware skillet. I've had it for quite some time. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it's a stainless steel Clinton Hill made in USA, no lid with it, and it sold on sale for $24.99 plus shipped. It's out in the garage. What's nice about this skillet sale is that I already had it boxed, and you can see I used 2 boxes because the skillet was longer than the priority mailbox I had, and I just made an end cap for it. So that one's easy to ship. Always love full asking price sales, right? Who doesn't love that? Sold a pair of earrings, vintage coral, it's hard for me to say that, silver tone metal flower-shaped clip-on earrings, not pierced like these, but clip-on. And here they are. Vintage Coro silver tone metal flower earrings, sold for full asking price of $8.95 plus ship. Sold a jewelry set of a brooch and a pair of earrings. These earrings are pierced. They're signed Napier, N-A-P-I-E-R, and the brooch and earrings are gold tone with faux or fake pearls. Looking for a pin or brooch, if you want to call it, with earrings. Here's somewhere. So I've been going through here looking for the brooch and earrings, and I come across this and I'm like, is that really it? I mean, look how tiny that is. I was looking for something much larger. Small or not, it's sold for $19.95 plus ship. This sale is out of our second eBay store, avante-avenue, A-T-T-I-C, attic. And it's a crochet pattern. I think you'll be surprised how much it sold for. As you can see, I have quite a few patterns. They're not all listed. All the ones in the red folders are listed. And I have them by brand. And then in the second drawer, this is Leisure Arts that are listed in the front. But you can see I still have a lot more to go. All of these used to be listed before we moved from Ohio. And I took down the listings and I never got them listed again. So a lot of inventory waiting here. This is my file for Annie's Attic, and I'm looking for number 878514. 878514. The buyer sent me a note for me to please make sure I send the correct one since it was a listing with variations. Is this 878514? Yes, it is. This pattern is a booklet. It's 30 pages, and this is in excellent condition. Can you believe for this one pattern, we got $24.95 plus ship? Wouldn't you say that's a woohoo? Because I probably only paid 25 cents, so that's a pretty good return. Great sale. When it comes to needlecraft patterns, there are still some winners out there. You just have to research the brand along with the pattern number and the pattern name, and you might find some winners. And they're really easy to research. Guess what we sold? Guess what I finally got listed? Finally, the end of last week, I finally got the Anna Lee dolls listed. Yeah, I might have overspent on those because I found out most of them are only worth about 15 to 20. But this one sold, an Anna Lee elf doll sold for full asking price of $29.95 plus ship. That's a woohoo! Will it pay for all the dolls that I bought that day? No, but it's a start, right? So what do we have going on this week? Well, let's see here. Sales aren't where they should be, and I am trying to get more things listed. How's your listing going? Are you getting a lot of stuff listed? I've slowed down on sourcing a little bit. I'd like to get back to getting clothes listed upstairs. And when I was listing clothing in the morning before I came downstairs here, I did really well because I would spend a half a day upstairs on clothing and then the other half the day down here on hard goods. That was a really good routine that I was in, but I haven't been in that routine for a long time. So I really need to get back to it. And what else? I'm experimenting with sales. I'll let you know how that goes. And I will tell you a few things that we'll never do. We'll never do free ship. Nope, not doing free shipping. Unless it's jewelry and I got it built in. But so I shouldn't say never. But no plans to do free ship. No plans to do free returns. But I do have plans for a few other things. And one of them might be going back to international shipping through eBay. That's a maybe. I'm going to check into that because we haven't done international shipping since the big C happened. And the main reason that I've stayed away from shipping international is when I started hearing that eBay was allowing international buyers to file returns. And like, I don't want any part of that. But I think I might experiment with clothing. I'm not so sure about hard goods. I don't know that I want to do it for hard goods. But clothing, I used to do it, right? I used to do it. How many of you do international shipping? If you do, leave a comment and let me know. I'm taking a survey. Help me out here. So if I'm not going to do free ship and I'm not going to do free returns, I add on international shipping. I try some sales. And I get our sales up. Did it help this weekend for my sales? Looks like I got 2 from our sales. But I do keep reading in comments over and over again. Cassini loves activity. Cassini loves activity. List, list, list. And you know, there's a real debate on and in sell similar. Does it work? Doesn't it work? I think it's different for everybody. Depending on what you're selling, depending on your price point, no 2 stores are the same. And you should run your business the way you want to. And when I share with you how we run our eBay business, it's just how we run our eBay business. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll tell you what's working. I'll tell you what's not working. I'm going to be honest with you on that. And lately, things haven't been as good as what I think they should be. But there's a lot going on in the world right now, if you're paying attention at all. A lot of people are losing their jobs and banks are failing. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And that's bound to affect our eBay sales at some point. But sometimes I tell myself the people who have money will always have money, and our buyers might just have a little more money than what we do. That's what we're counting on, right? That there's always going to be some buyers out there with more money than what we have. I also took a look at ThreadUp this weekend. Looked at their pricing. Yeah, ThreadUp. I would never send a bag of clothes to ThreadUp because from what I understand, you get pennies for them. And even though you can pay to have them come back, most people don't. So do you think they're going to throw those clothes away that they were offering pennies on? No, they're going to keep your clothes and list them. So I don't know why people send their clothes there, but if you send clothing to ThreadUp, please leave a comment and let me know because I guess I'm taking another survey. I guess. Oh gosh, there's a lot of things going on in my head right now in my researching and analyzing because if you haven't figured out by now, I'm very analytical. I'm a realist, first and foremost, but I'm also very analytical, and my mind just goes all the time. It never stops, except when I'm sleeping. I do sleep good. That's Mark. I do sleep good. All right, let's get on with the day, and I'll touch base later in the week and let you know how things are going in our listing, in our sales, and I never know what else I'm getting into. I never know. But I do know this. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and ring that bell notification so you receive notices every time I upload a video. Was that a sales pitch? Okay, yes, it was a sales pitch. Let's get the day started. Olive Garden today. We haven't been here for a while, so that's where we're heading for lunch. Lunch at Olive Garden was pretty good today. The lunches are quite reasonable as long as you don't order a drink, so we get water and take in our flavoring. Service was just okay. So let's talk about the gas prices today. Back on February 15th, it was $2.97.9. And today it is $3.19.9. So from $2.98 to $3.20, yes, it's gone up. What is your gas price today and where do you live? Because like everything else, it keeps going up. Hi, Mark. It's been a while since I've sold anything out of this closet. I have women's jackets up here and men's shirts down here. And I think what I'm looking for is in this bag. I'm gonna have to pull it out because I have two things in the plastic bag. Here it is. It is made by Joneswear, size large, 100% wool, sport jacket, vintage I'd say, has pockets. The buttons are kind of cool. Anyway, need to get this packed up and in the mail. What did it sell for? It sold for $20.99. I have no idea what I paid for it. Probably $1 or $2. Never trust the seal on these envelopes. Always add tape. I do leave a space at the top that they can fit scissors through to open it up at the very end, but always tape it. The sticky that's on this flap just doesn't stick very well. And guess what we sold? Can you guess what's in these bags? I bet you can. I have 2 boxes for Annalie dolls now, and I'm not sure which one. Oh, let's take this over. Actually, I'm going to take the older box. Let's go see what's in it. Let's see if what I'm looking for is in here. Well, yep, I think this is one of them. Looking for a duck. It's in the bottom. It's been in here for a while. There it is. So sold 2 of these. Pretty excited about that. 'Tis the season, spring and Easter. This one we've had around for a while. It's a duck. But not just any duck. It's an Annalie doll duck. Say that 10 times real fast. It came out in 1991 and it sold on sale. Yes, on sale it sold for $22.75 plus ship. So let's get that in the mail. I've mentioned these bags before. I pick them up at Walmart. Of course, I'm not sponsored. They have a photo of bagels on the bag, and they are 10 by 14. And this is what I use for my shoes and what I'm using for the Annalie dolls. Because when I store these in the garage, I just want to make sure that they stay pristine and nothing can get to them. No odors, no little bugs that might be out there in the garage. I always store them in a bag, and then I ship it in the bag too. And they do come with twist ties. Not too expensive, and they last a long time. This box is unmarked, but I ordered these recently, and they're about an 8 by 6 by 4. And I get a lot of use out of this size. 8 by 6 by 4 or 8 by 6 by 5, whatever you can find. And I found these, I think, on, I don't know if it was eBay or Amazon. I'm not sure right now. If I can find a link, I'll put it in the description below the video. This is a 2014 bunny, and he's missing a baton that should be in his hands. Be careful about that. A lot of Anna Lee dolls have accessories, and often they're missing. So Google image it and look around and see if it's missing anything, because if it is, it reduces the value. This one's sold on offer for $22.75, so not too bad. Not too bad. Come on, Anna Lee dolls, keep on selling. I've got lots of them. Let's get them packed.
Welcome to another edition of StashBack Saturday, where we open another box from the huge church sale almost 2 years ago. We're going to open at least one box today, and we'll see what's in it and maybe get into a second one. So, here we go.
Did you have too much caffeine this morning? Because gosh, you have the energy that I must be missing this morning.
Well, I just took a little nap, so.
I'm going to set up for time lapse and let him empty out this box, and we'll see what we have.
Okay, first up, we have a biscuit jar, and it has a tag on it. It says it's made by Crystal Clear Industries in Yugoslavia, and it's 24% lead crystal.
Paid $5 for it.
Yep, $5, which is kind of at the high end of what we usually pay. Anyhow, it's a pretty little jar. I can see the refraction in it. It's definitely lead crystal. What do you come up with? What are we going to list this?
Not a whole lot. $29.95 I think is where we're going to start. And I do want to show the pinwheel pattern. If you can just kind of turn the side for me here. That is a pinwheel pattern. Actually, look, it has a hopster in the center. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it does.
I didn't see that at first.
And then here's the bottom.
Yeah, it's pretty. Not as high value as we'd like, but you know, $29.95. We'll see.
Okay, next we have a hurricane candle holder, and it's made by Fifth Avenue Crystal Limited in Poland. Definitely lead crystal because we can see the refraction in it, and it's got a nice ring to it, which is not a true test of crystal.
I was just going to say, someone will say, Dr. Lori says that
Dr.
doesn't
Lori
matter.
says, I know.
Dr. Lori knows everything.
It sounds pretty.
It does.
And we paid $3 for this piece. And we not only have one, but we have two.
Is that saying 2 times the charm? Or is that 3 times?
It's 2 times the charm and 3 times the price. No,
These
that
are,
doesn't work.
Yeah, these are not going for a whole lot. I thought they would be maybe $15, $20. So we're going to put the 2 of these together. That would be $6 invested. I'm going to bump the price up a little bit. I think $59.95 for the 2 is where we're going to start.
Next up, we have a heavy glass ashtray in the amethyst color. And we've done a little research here, and it appears to be made by Imperial Glass Company from Bel Air, Ohio. And this is the old Jamestown pattern. And it's also referred to as Blanco. Blanco glass is transparent. I don't know if you can see my hand behind there, as opposed to being totally opaque. So we've seen other Blanco glass pieces that were also in this amethyst heavy glass
in fact,
format. So
I have a piece. I do.
know you do.
What did we pay?
We paid a whole $1 for it.
And are there any chips or cracks or anything?
And unfortunately, it does have a couple little chips in the back side, not on the top.
Can you hold still? Yeah, at least they're on the bottom. That's a good thing. It's pretty big. We paid $1 for it, and I think we can list it at, well, maybe $49.95. I think it will go for less because of the few chips on the bottom, but at least they're on the bottom.
Sounds good. Next up, we have a ceramic milk can that says cream on it. Research has shown that this was made by a company called House of Webster Ceramics in Texas. And
I wanted to see if it was two-sided on the design, the cream.
no, there are no markings on it, but that's what we're turning up here. The two red bands appear to be hand painted, where the cream label looks like a transfer. And they didn't even get it on straight. It's crooked.
Yeah, it looks a little bit crooked. Has a lid.
What's cool is this lid we found in a box, one of the first ones that we unpacked, and we knew there was something that it belonged to somewhere else in the boxes. And here it is.
Yeah, we didn't pack the stuff that day. We were buying up stuff left and right, and the ladies packed everything for us. So we had no idea what it went with, but this is it.
So how much do you think we'll list this for?
We paid $1 for it, and even though it is a canister, I think it's more of a decor piece.
It doesn't have a seal on the lid, so it wouldn't keep things dry.
Probably $29.95.
Sounds like a good place to start. All right, next up we have this decor piece, which is made of brass and glass in sort of the Hollywood Regency style. The base here is I would call it a cherub. And he's got a basket overflowing with grapes on his shoulder. And there's a deer sticking its head.
Yeah, there's a deer there, but it's hard to tell that's a deer.
Yeah, it is difficult. Anyhow, it's got a lot of things going on there.
Yeah, it does.
The green glass is a quilted pattern. And this could be used for candy. Or it could be a rose bowl where you would put water in here and float a rose in it. Mainly, I think it's just a decor piece.
Yeah, and you said there was an issue with it?
Yeah, the glass and the brass base are not firmly attached. There is what appears to be a bolt or nut or something up in here that I thought I would be able to tighten, and I haven't been able to quite get a hold of it yet. So pricing on this might wind up being dependent on whether I can actually get it to tighten up.
Yeah, and we paid 25 cents, and I might start at $29.95, but that remains to be seen depending on whether, as you said, you can get that tightened. We'll give it a try. Not a lot in this box, but if you total it all up for our starting asking price, it's about $190 in that box. And it's only been sitting there for a while, hasn't it, Mark?
2 years.
Oh, stop.
And we only have $14.25 invested.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
I bet you see these organizers all the time at garage sales. And I like to use them for storing cross-stitch kits and leaflets, some patterns, some priority mail bags of things. And I'm going to use one today over on this shelf, but instead of turning it this way, keep in mind, if you don't have the height, turn it this way. Let's see if it's going to fit. It's going to make it. And I'm using it to store some of my larger Boy Scout patches and pages, sheets of patches. So it's working really well because I do have limited height. So try turning them on their side. They're very handy. I have a simple tip for you to help keep track of your receipts, along with your bank statements and your credit card statements, etc. I highly recommend, if you haven't done so, if you don't have a system, to at least start with some gallon-sized bags and set one up for each month of the year. Put the month and the year and start accumulating your receipts in there. In other words, start the first of the year. I've got January, February, March. And when you're organizing last year's receipts, if they're not organized, start with some 1-gallon zip bags. These bags will hold a bank statement and most letter-sized papers. It might be a little challenge to get it zip closed, but you can do it. And you might want to start one for personal as well, because you're going to have personal receipts probably mixed in. And you might want to start a bag for business cards and such. This makes it so much easier when it comes time to do your taxes because your receipts are there, your bank statement is there, and if you start it now, if you start it at the beginning of the year, it is so much easier. And you can go a step further by picking up some jumbo bags and put all of your monthly bags into a jumbo bag, and then this is what I file away after we do our taxes. We're checking out this ski jacket. It's vintage Raffy, I guess you'd call it. It does need washed. It has some, makeup on it. I don't think it's horrible though. It still has this tag. I was wondering if there's any idea what year.
Thermometer.
Yeah, thermometer. $7.99, but could be about $45. I don't think it's horribly dirty. Can't we wash these? Is there a tag inside about washing it? Machine wash, warm, delicate cycle. Or professional dry clean. It might be worth the chance. We're finding some stains on it. I don't know if it's showing up here. We don't know if that will wash out. I guess I have to leave it behind, but I learned something new about the brand. Too bad. There's stains on the front too. Again, it might wash out, but it might not. Catherine, New York jacket caught my attention, but there's only one listed and none sold. Sorry, it's sharp looking. It is. One thing I'm learning here from my research is that the coats that are double-breasted, 2 rows of buttons, fare much better on eBay than just the single buttons. If you've been following, in my Christmas vlog in December of last year, I shared with you one of my goals was to lose weight. We're going to go back a few months.
On top of sitting around, I blimped up to the highest weight that I've been. I decided to start to do something about it.
We have a million excuses, don't we? Until we came across something that's helping us. So we did a little bit of research, and Mark's going to tell you what it is. It's pretty simple. If you like these kind of videos, I invite you to subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and Mark and I will see you soon.